Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Swain High Baseball Field for tonight's game with the Erwin High Warriors. This is Steve Manley doing the play-by-play, and we have a beautiful night for tonight's baseball game. Erwin is from the MAC Conference up in Asheville. They are a record of 5-7 on this year's baseball so far, and Swain on the same hand is 5-6 overall. This will be a non-conference game for both teams. Good test for Swain. They're playing bigger and probably kids that have grown up playing baseball, and certainly we want to see what we can do with this bunch. On the mound tonight for Swain is number 3, Dawson Chambers. Doing the catching is Damian Lossy. And let's give you the lineup for Erwin. Leading off, doing the catching is Trevor Bailey. Pitching for Erwin tonight, batting second is Corey Norton. In the third hole, the third baseman, Derek Sage. DHing for Erwin in the fourth hole is Blake Weaver. And he will be DHing for Presley Wallace, will be playing right field. And in the fifth slot, we got Lane Brank, the first baseman. And hitting sixth, Mason Rickard, playing shortstop. The seventh hitter is the second baseman, Lamar Murdong. Drake Epler will be hitting eighth, and Mikey Getman will be hitting ninth, playing center field. First pitch for Dawson is ball one. And the second pitch is laced out into right field. Good swing by the Erwin hitter. Talking to Coach a little bit before the ball game, he said he's probably their best hitter, one of their two best hitters. And looks like there's going to be a pinch runner, a courtesy runner for the catcher. I can't see a number over there. We'll get him just in a second. So Trevor Bailey leads off with a single to right field, good sharp single, and the pitcher's take. All right. Wow. Runner just took off from first base. Pitcher stepped back and threw to second, but the throw was just a little bit late, so he stole, without a pitch, he stole second base. So coming up now, Corey Norton, who is doing the pitching for Erwin. Takes strike one. Another lefty at the plate. Coach Jones said he was their number one pitcher this year, and he squares the bunt, gets a good bunt down. And, yeah, Dawson looks to third, and it's downhill from there. Makes an errant throw to first base, so pitcher's credited with a sacrifice. Moves the runner to third, and the runner at third then scores on the errant throw by Chambers, and batter Norton goes to second base. So he is credited with a sacrifice, and number 3 hitter skies one towards second base. Looks like Daniel Ammons is going to take charge, and he catches it for out number 1. So with a man on second and 1 out, we have Blake Weaver, the DH, coming up to the plate. And the runner takes off for third, and he's going to stand up into third without a throw. Pretty good base running, huh? Yeah, it's good base running right there. He went on the pitcher, and he was halfway there before the ball was even let go. We got a sharp shot out to center field, a line drive that gets over the head of Hunter Call. And he chases it down at the 360 mark out there in center field, and Weaver has a run-scoring double. Plates Norton for Erwin, and Erwin's starting off with a 2-0 lead here now. And we have Presley Wallace at the plate now, who is in right field. And he hits one to deep center field, and it's carrying, but finds the glove of Call. Hunter gets it in quickly enough, and the runner advances to third, but we do keep him off the plate right now. So 2 sharply hit balls out to center field. So we got 2 down. We got Weaver at third base, and stepping into the plate now is Lane Brank, who is the first baseman for Erwin. Their order, I messed that up earlier. I'm assuming that Mikey Getman, who is the center fielder, is also going to be the DH, or DH'd for. So he'll be playing the field but not hitting. And we got counts evened up at 1-1. So if we can keep this run from scoring, we'll be... we got a little nubber down the first base line and caught. Very good play over there by Jake Waldrop, I believe that was, for out number 3. Erwin gets 2 runs on 2 hits. 2 runs on 2 hits. We had 1 Swain error there for the first inning. Yeah. We'll be right back in just a bit. And welcome back to Swain High Stadium. Swain is batting in the bottom of the first after Erwin had 2 runs in the top of the first. Their ace, Corey Norton, is on the mound. I was talking to Coach a little bit earlier. He said they had a cancellation for tomorrow's game. They were supposed to play Smoky Mountain, and because of weather conditions, possibly Friday, they ended up canceling that game. So his starter's got to get some work, and he's going to work on Swain here in the top of the first. Gage Southers fouled one down the right field line. Long foul ball. Norton, big lanky left-hander. And Gage zips one into right field. Into center field. And he's on first base with nobody out. So very good at bat. Very good swing on a fastball. That was up a little bit. So Swain's hopefully going to answer. Got second baseman Daniel Ammons to the plate now. Takes inside for ball one. And with a lefty, Gage has not got too big of a lead. And Daniel swings it one out of the zone maybe for strike one, evens up the count. So maybe we might have a play on here. I don't know that he can just straight steal, but we may have a hit and run or a no bunt situation there. Got to call strike two on the corner. So in the hole 1 and 2, got to protect and put it in play somewhere, Daniel. There you go. All right. Okay, we got a high throw to first on a little nubber just out in front of the plate. Pitcher fields and goes to first to get the runner Ammons. And Southers goes to second base. Stepping in now is Hunter Call, batting third for the Maroon Devils. Southers with a pretty good lead, and Hunter lines a sharp single out to center field. Looked like it may hang up a little bit, so Gage didn't get a good look at it, and he can move up to third, but we got runners at the corners with one out. Up to the plate is Dawson Chambers. So the pitcher can help himself here. Got a runner on the move. And he beat the throw. The throw may have beat him, but the shortstop was up a little bit, expecting maybe a run, Gage taking off from third. And he couldn't reach back and get the tag. So runners at second and third now. And a big breaking curveball from Norton. And another big breaking curveball from Norton. Thing's got some bite to it. Dawson swung over both of them. So counts 1 and 2. And he got another one. Tried to throw something that was out and away. And he's ready to pitch. And strike three. Fastball on the inside half that Dawson got caught looking on. So 2 down now. Still have runners in scoring position and Damian Lossy coming up. So here's a good chance to play the couple. Everybody will be running on the pitch. And we got one in the dirt. Good job by the catcher behind the plate to block that one up and keep it out in front. So Damian's ahead 1-0. Norton likes to get it, get the signal, and pitch. He is on the move. Two balls, no strikes now for Lossy. Oh, geez. That was a tough one there. Two ball curve ball. Catcher had his glove in the dirt when he caught it, and Damian didn't swing, which was to his credit. Fouled one off right there, so now we've evened the count at 2-2. And he's got to protect in there now. Sneaky fast with that fastball. And Damian hits one into right field. Yes, sir. He's going to score 2. Standing up, going across the plate now is Call. So Gage Southers and Hunter Call get plated with a 2-out single by Damian Lossy. Good piece of hitting. Hands back. Didn't try to do anything big with it. Just poked it right into right field and right down the line and Played it to Swain to tie it up. Lossie with a big lead over at first. And strike one to Colby Taylor is hitting in the number 6 hole. Takes high for ball one. Evens count. Curveball staying high right now. Seems to be lagging a little bit with his pitch, with his pitching arm. Got to get that ball out of the glove a little bit quicker. Get that good break on that curveball. And Colby fouls one off over on the first base dugout side for strike two. So we're even up 2-2 again with 2 outs and a runner on first. And 3-2 now. So Damien will be taking off at first base. He's got to make sure that he's going to go to the plate. He doesn't need to get a steal look. He just needs to get a lead once he knows he's going to the plate. So pitcher hasn't thrown over yet. So they may be mindful of that as the get a good fast one over there, maybe with some pitches in the repertoire, and Damien may take off next time. Got a fly ball out to center field for out number 3, and Swain in the bottom half of the first scores 2 and ties the game up. We'll be right back with Erwin coming to the plate. And welcome back to Swain High Stadium for the top of the second inning. We got a 2-2 tie after one, and Erwin started out and had 2-run score, and Swain answered with a 2-out single by Damien Lossie to tie it back up. At the plate now is Mason Rickard, And after fouling the first one off, he takes one low in the dirt for 1 ball and 1 strike. Okay, fouls one back behind the plate, gets out of play again. And Dawson's had a good start to the second inning. Seems like he's got good command with his pitches. They've just made a couple of putting the bat on the ball real well. And a little nubber. It could be trouble. Gage had it, and he hauls it in. Good running catch out towards center field for out number 1. Good job by shortstop, Gage Southards. Coming to the plate for Erwin is number 1, second baseman Lamar Mudong. Damien framed it back there, so obviously he thought it caught the corner. And Mudong hits a shot into right field that was one of the Waldroups. That's Jesse Waldroup. That certainly made a great play on that ball. He opened up and turned and ran and had to turn back the other way and caught it as it was tailing from him. So really good play there. I know, yeah, that's true. Takes for ball 1. Kind of looked like the same pitch that he called a strike in the dirt there to Damien. Dawson's kind of found a little groove here. We're at 7, 8, and 9, so this is number 9 hitter, Drake Epler. Not a bad pitch there. Curveball, it must have just hung inside just a little bit. But Dawson seems to have a good idea what he wants to do. Gets a ground ball to second base. Daniel comes up with it, and for out number 3. Daniel has played a solid second base, I know, for the last couple of years, and he comes up with that one, good mechanics, and Swain gets 3 up and 3 down. We'll be right back with Swain coming to hit in the bottom of the second. And welcome back as Carson Taylor steps in to hit for Swain. Yeah. Ball goes in the dirt, so he just throws it back. Carson throws it back to the pitcher. And ball 2. A little bit low and in on him. So he's got a 2-0 to look at here. I don't know what he'll be doing, but we need some base runners here to start off in the second. And low for ball 4. Carson gets a 4-pitch walk. So Swain's got something started here to open up the bottom of the second. Excuse me. We've got Jesse Waldroup up, and he may be bunting him over. Let's see what happens. And he takes strike 1 at the knees. Didn't turn to bunt or square to bunt or anything, so He's back there in the back of the plate. So, and he's swinging away with the next pitch. Fouls it back straight back behind the plate. So he's in the hole 0-2. Got to protect now. Carson with just a little bit of a lead over there, and a big curveball gets Jesse swinging for strike 3 and out number 1. Okay, number 9 hitter coming up is Connor Hyatt, playing left field. Swing and miss, strike 1. Probably was up in the zone just a little bit, but they look good up there. He maybe, yeah, sure thing. That's true. That looks good, but it's hard to get that bat up there. Well, that was good. They had a play on the bunt. Didn't get it executed, so he fouled it off to the fence. Now he's in the hole 0-2. He could be bunting again with 2 strikes. Trying to get him over there with the leadoff man coming up. It takes a off-speed pitch wide and high to the outside. 1-2, still battling. And fouls it off for a pretty good pitch. He got just the nub of the bat on it seemed like. And he's ready to go now, I tell you. Norton works quick. And he's ready for the pitch. Fouls it off down the right field line. So we're battling. Still in the hole 1-2. Carson takes his lead at first base. And curveball stays outside. Evens the count up 2-2. Let's finish this at bat real well right here now. Put it in play. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, had a force to at second base. It was hit hard enough where the second baseman could make a play. Carson had to hesitate just momentarily. And he ended up getting to second probably a little bit later than he would have. But the force at second base is good enough for out number 2. We're back to the top of the order. Gage Southers, who had a good single into center field his first time up. Connor Hyatt, the new runner at first base now. Back. I can't believe I did that right then. But yeah, I was just seeing. First time the pitcher went over there, so I guess the old coach came out to get him back to first. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's good. That was just kind of a look over there, just say, hey, I know you're there. And we got to pop up toward the first baseman, and he makes the play for out number 3. So Swain gets a runner on, but to no avail. Leave him at first. And after 2 innings, Swain and Erwin are tied up 2 apiece. And welcome back to the top of the third, where Erwin will have the top of their order coming up. Trevor Bailey hits first here, their catcher. And he kind of check swing foul ball for strike one. Good pitch for Dawson to start off with. Talking to Coach before the ball game, he said Trevor's one of their better hitters. Also catches. And he's got a big swing with another curveball. Had to be guessing fastball. Tried to keep his hands back, but the bat was already through the zone. He just barely got a piece of it. And he throws him a fastball, and it takes a kind of a weird hop and gets through Ammons at second base. When you throw him a fastball, and I know that Dawson's seeing this too, that kid can hit the fastball. That's what he's looking for. He may just have to give him a steady dose of off speed from here on out. Hopefully he'll miss just a little bit and hit it at somebody. All right, everybody's got the signal. Pretty good little pickoff move there by Dawson. Pinch runner goes back on his belly. He's safe. Play was closer than you think. And we get a foul ball coming right at us over the shelter here for strike one. Another lefty at the plate here. Number 2 hitter is Corey Norton, the pitcher. Takes ball one. Coach is a little antsy. I'm afraid he's got him stealing right here. Big lead over there at first base. Throw back. He's back in time. So we're even at 1-1. Another big lead, and oh wow, line drive that. Oh my goodness. Jake Waldroop fielded a line shot, and the runner took off, and he was just in no man's land. Jake just had to go back and touch first for a double play. So with 2 outs now, nobody on base. Wow, what a shot. That was really a shot. Jake did a good job. Most time those first basemen, if they come off, they are not thinking they're going to get one right back at them, and he certainly made a great play for a double play, unassisted double play. Hitting now, Derek Sage, third baseman. Takes one low that looks like it could have been a strike, but it looked a little low too, but trying to keep it down, and he takes an 0-2 pitch and hits it out into left field for a single, 2-out single. Dawson, that was a good pitch by Dawson. He threw a breaking ball. Kid stayed back on it. You'd think after getting a called strike 2 that he would be a little frustrated and a little antsy, and he stayed back and did just what he needed to do to get it out in the outfield. Cleanup hitter Blake Weaver hit one over the Hunter Call's head in center field. Hunter's a little bit deeper this time. I don't think if one goes to the fence, I don't think the big boy could score, but certainly they're a little deeper just to make sure that doesn't happen. He hits a long fly ball to right field, and Jesse Waldroop catches it for out number 3. So Erwin leaves one on after one hit, and going into the bottom of the third, it is tied up at 2. Okay, leading off in the bottom of the third is Daniel Ammons. And he holds back on a curveball in the dirt. That was about a 56-footer. So we're ahead in the count, ball one. Need a couple base runners here. Gosh. They've got that call 2 or 3 times now, haven't they? Of course, he did call one on Erwin's third baseman there last inning, but that looked a little low. Tries to throw a breaking ball. It stays high. And Norton falls behind 3-1 now. Daniel can look for a pitch or just take one. Now he's got a ball 4. And he's down to first base right now with nobody out. And Swain's got some things going. Got Hunter call, left-hander. Got Daniel with some speed over at first base. May have something on here, maybe early in the count. And gets a breaking ball that hangs inside. Still hasn't thrown over. Good throw over, so I think they could start a runner, but we got a tailor-made. No, Hunter's down the line way too quick. So Ammons is out at second base with a unassisted play by the shortstop. Hunter beats the throw at first base. They get a force at second. With one out, Dawson Chambers will be coming to the plate with Damian Lossy on deck. Dawson can get on. Damian seems to be the hot hitter. Maybe he can get another run driven in. Dawson takes high for ball 1 on an off-speed pitch. He just kind of sneaks that fastball in there. 1-1 the count. And a fastball way up in the zone. And Dawson's ahead 2-1. And we get a number towards shortstop. Out one, force at second. And what a play. Scoop at first base. What a scoop for against Chambers, and out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for Swain on double play. And the score going into the 4th inning is still tied up 2-2. Okay, leading off for Erwin in the top of the 4th will be the right fielder, Presley Wallace. And he takes a pitch for ball 1. Dawson's doing a good job. I don't know how much he'll pitch or how much he has pitched this week even. Fly ball out to center field, and Hunter Call makes a good running catch for out number one. Had to cover a lot of distance there. They've backed up in the outfield a little bit with their first 4 or 5 hitters, certainly. And Erwin sends Lane Brank to the plate now, first baseman. With 1 out, nobody on, and Dawson falls behind again, 1-0. And he way ahead of 1. Foul ball down the left field line. Just to even up the count, 1-1. And Dawson throws one into the dirt a little bit, so it counts 2-1 to Brank, the first baseman. He gets another pitch up high, falls behind 3-1 now. Get it close. They're going to be swinging. Yep, he sure did. Good pitch on the outside half. He was trying to pull it, and I'm sure that that's why they stayed away. 3-2 pitch. And we got a fly ball, so very good call out there. Jesse Waldrop called off Hunter Call, as well he should, and that's out number 2 now. So 2 up, 2 down. Second baseman now, the shortstop, Mason Rickard, is now batting for Erwin with 2 outs and nobody on. Tries to push a bunt by the pitcher. Dawson fields it, and low throw scooped up by Jake Waldrop, I believe, at first base. So he's had a couple of good plays here now, back-to-back innings. So Erwin 3 up and 3 down, and Swain's looking to take the lead when we come back in the bottom of the 4th. Okay, and Swain will open up their half of the 4th inning with Damian Lossy leading off. He is doing the catching for Swain. And he fouls one off his foot. And he's going to hobble around here for just a second. But that's got to hurt. No, he's a catcher. He's tough as a pine knot. And he'll walk it off a little bit and he'll be ready to hit. While we got a second, though, I want to let you know the JVs, Swain JVs, pulled a victory out in the bottom of the 7th. They won 7-6 against Erwin. With the bases loaded, they scored their go-ahead and winning run on a wild pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. So congratulations to the JVs. He takes one up in the strike zone for a 1-1 count. And Damian's being real patient up there, waiting for his pitch. Norton falls behind 2-1. And Damien tries to fight one off inside, and he fouls it down the right field line for even the count 2-2, 2-2. Very good. Another pitch that hit the dirt. Tried to curve ball. See if Damien would answer for it, and did a good job. He's fouled off another one. So we'll get another full count pitch. And he's ready to go now. He works quick. And the payoff pitch. And Damien smokes one, but it's right at the shortstop. He feels it and gets the out at first. 4 out, number 1. Good defense, good mechanics. We're seeing that on both teams tonight. And we've roughly played half the game in no time whatsoever. So, batting now is Colby Taylor for Swain. Takes low for ball 1, starting out with a curveball. And Colby gets a single into right field past a diving second baseman. Couldn't get to it. Ball got past him before he realized it. But so Colby with a base hit to right. And we got Carson Taylor up now. Yeah, we're gonna bunt. We're gonna bunt here, maybe. We'll see. He showed bunt just a minute ago. Maybe that was just a little deceptive move. Takes call strike 1. He's way back in the box. I'd say he's probably hitting away. Colby takes his lead at first. And swinging a foul ball right behind the plate. So we're in the hole 0-2. Comes inside with a fastball. Moves Carson off the plate. So we got a 1-2 count now. And a curveball in the dirt. Underneath the catcher, he finds it, and Colby's unable to move up. I was talking to Coach before the game, and he said that Norton would probably go about 3 innings, and so he's probably minimized his pitches, and he certainly needs work. So this is their only game this week, so we're going to see at their best for a few more innings maybe. Takes a call, strike 3. Carson, he may have been looking for an off-speed pitch. Got a fastball and wasn't able to pull the trigger. Batting now for Swain is Jesse Waldroop. Playing right field out there with a couple good plays. Takes ball 1 and same pitch in the dirt. Another curveball for ball 2. Excuse me, 1-1. He swung at the first one. Yeah. So it evens the count now. He gets a fastball that rides inside. Stayed off of it. We're ahead in the count, 2-1. Taylor takes his lead at first, and we get a ground ball that is not fielded by first. We got an infield hit from a diving first baseman. He made a good play, but it just hit off his glove and went to no man's land where nobody could play it. Second base was going into the hole, and he couldn't get back to it, only to field it and give it back to the pitcher. So everybody's safe on an infield single. And Swain has got something going here. Connor Hyatt batting, number 9 hitter. Swings at off speed. Swings over a curveball for strike 1. May have a bunt on here and give Gage a chance to plate a couple. And a little draw. Nope, it's going to curve into. Wow, I lost an out. Right fielder was playing shallow enough. It looked like he was going to drop in for a single, but he catches it for out number 3, and I lost an out in there. So going into the top of the 5th, it's all tied up at 2s, and Erwin will be at the plate. Okay, we're back at Swain High Stadium, and we're looking at Erwin coming to bat. They have up at the plate Lamar Mudong batting for the second time. As they will have, it looks like they're going to have 8, 9, and 1 up this inning. So got to concentrate on 8 and 9, and Dawson hits him with a pitch. It scraped the back of his back, so that was a one way out of the strike zone. I don't know, it didn't look like it was that hard, so he may have been trying to throw a breaking ball that just didn't break. But nevertheless, number 8 hitter took it, and coming to the plate now is Drake Epler. So we may have a bunt situation on here. And he squares to bunt and to throw to second. And wow, that was a close play. The throw beat him. I don't know if Gage may have just not got the throw to him or what, but or the tag to him. Gage is a little disgusted, but nevertheless, what's called is called. So he's shaking his head towards the dugout like maybe they did miss it. But, well, don't know if they'll be bunting with the leadoff coming up. And they try to bunt. Little foul ball that goes behind the catcher. Evens count at 1-1. Erwin's got their heavy hitters coming up, so they're don't know if they're going to give them an out or let the number 9 hitter go ahead and swing away, or if they move him to third. I don't know if that's going to make a whole lot of difference with the leadoff man coming. Doing a good job of reading pitches, though. He lays off of that. He squares the bunt, but he laid off of it, and now he's got the count in his favor, 2-1. And Dawson's laboring a little bit, but he's been a battler the whole night, and Damien's got a good arm, no doubt about it. Ball goes back into the grass, and still had his chance to throw him out. I think the ball got by the third baseman and ended up catching the runner. So we'll give him a little time to gather himself. Damien comes down there to make sure he's all right. That's awesome. Oh, goodness. And we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be right back after this message. So we've had a pitching change now, and Gage Southards, who is playing shortstop, is on the mound, and we have some defensive changes. But the one change that will involve the batting order is Caleb Taylor is in for Dawson Chambers now in the number 4 slot. So and 3-1 pitch is called a strike. So with full count now and a man on third, Swain's infield is in. And we got ball 4. So 8 and 9 get on. We got the top of the order coming up. And runners at the corner for Erwin with no outs in the top of the 5th inning. So Erwin's got their signals. Got the leadoff hitter coming up, Trevor Bailey. He's hit it hard 2 times. Wow. Yeah, must have been inside a little bit, but I know Damien turned around like, where was that one? Erwin's got a good hitter up. I guess, sometimes they pay homage to him. And the runner takes off. No throw to second base. And it looked like, just to be honest with you, Trevor Bailey was taken till they got him to second base. So he runs on that pitch. We got a 2-0 count, and we have runners at second and third with no outs. And Gage Southards is throwing the pitch that was up a little bit, and Bailey fouls it off. So 2-1. Probably fouled off ball 3. So we got a 2-1 count. And no, he hit a shot right to the base of the fence. And 2 runners score on the double. That was a missile. That kid can hit now. Trevor Bailey. Yeah. Very good at bat. Got a good pitch and did what he needed to with it. And he ends up with a double and 2 RBIs. And Erwin takes the lead 4-2 in the top of the 5th. We still have no outs. And yeah, they courtesy runner for the catcher. Okay. Number 2 hitter up is the pitcher, Corey Norton. And he squares the bunt, but doesn't offer. Ball goes off of Damien's glove, so we get the runner to move up to third. Pinch runner is number 6, Kyle Norton. He's been on base maybe all 3 times that I can think of. And fouls one off. Count evens at 2-2. I missed a pitch. We got timeout. Okay, here we go. All right, now we're ready. Yeah, 1-1. I thought surely I didn't miss 2 pitches. So the count 1-1, and he squares the bunt, and we had a little bit of a safety squeeze on there. I don't believe he's used to doing that, but they're just working some things, trying to find who can and who can't execute things when we need to, because they're going to be in some important conference games just like Swain is next day or two or a week or two. And lays off with a curveball in the dirt for even count back at 2-2. Runner at third. And Norton gets a good sharp single in the right field that scores the pinch runner, Kyle Norton. So Corey Norton gets an RBI single. And Erwin plates another one, so we're going to 5-2. Coming to the plate here, Derek Sage, who is one of their 2 best hitters, according to coach. Ball gets away, and Norton turns and just see and stops and goes back to second base. So we move up on a wild pitch. Takes his stretch. Wow, what a knock. Carson Taylor with a good play at shortstop, throws out the runner at first. Norton has to retreat to second. And so 1 out, nobody advances. And we're up to the cleanup hitter now, Blake Weaver, who is DHing, with Presley Wallace on deck. Still not out of the fire here. Gage going into his stretch. Throw the plate. In there for strike 1. And he's coming back to second. No throw. Just a little pickoff move, and Norton was back, so we're ready to do it again. Yeah, good single. Good job of hitting right there. Jesse Waldo comes up with it, but no attempt at the plate. Runner read it at second real well. Got a good jump and went in standing up. And it's 6-2, and a man on first base for Erwin. Only 1 out, and that was on a good play by Carson Taylor. And looks like Gage is going to be through for the night. He'll be back at shortstop. I know there's all kind of pitching rules in high school now that maybe Gage has already thrown some during the week. They played Rosman yesterday. From what I gather, 6-0 loss, and he may have thrown some. So it's my first look at Carson Taylor on the mound, so I know what Colby can do. Carson looks to be a hard-throwing right-hander. That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll be back in just a minute after Carson finishes his warm-ups. Okay, and we are ready here back at Swain Baseball Field. Runner takes off, a delay steal. And he's in with a good slide and no play on him. Good job. They're getting their secondary lead, and then they're just taking off. You know, everybody thinks that, hey, you know what, we got to play defense, and they're covering their holes and just really, you know, probably getting to the bag just a little bit later than what they're used to on a straight steal, where somebody's covering and somebody's still protecting their hole. It's not really a delay steal. It's just they're just getting their secondary and then not hearing any calls or anything like that. So Carson's ahead in the count 1-2. And goes inside, tries to spin one in there, stays inside. So at the plate right now is Presley Wallace for his third time through. And ball in the dirt, backhanded by Damien. Does a good job there. We're full count with one out and a man on second base. And they're working on some things, which is exactly what they need to do. Mason Rickard to the plate now, shortstop. And once again, Carson is just a little bit low. Damien's having to work hard back there behind the plate. And runner goes at first. We have a throw through. Wow. And runner at third scores on the throw through. Looked like they were going to cut it off and try to go to the plate, but throw got past Gage, and Daniel just knocked it down back there. So runner scores. Now we got a man at second. All right, there we go. Carson gets one in there for a strike one, evens the count. Erwin, after 6 runs this inning so far, they opened it up to an 8-2 lead. And we got a ball out into right field that drops in for a base hit. And shortstop running all the way now. He ended up at second base with a double. What a great effort there. Brink, who is the first baseman, he had to make sure it was caught or dropped or down. And once he saw it down, he couldn't score from second. But we got runners at second and third now, still one out. And the man that started the inning off, this is Lamar Mudong, second baseman, who scored the go-ahead run early in the inning. And we got a pinch runner for Erwin. This is number 11, Jacob Bailey. He's a junior. And he'll be running for Lane Brink, who is the first baseman. So this is a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner. And they squeezed and end up getting the man at first. So good execution by Erwin. And a good bunt, good placement. Pitcher fielded it well, but it was up to first base line enough to where they didn't have a chance at the man scoring from third. So good execution with 2 outs. Mason Rickard at third base now. And number 9 hitter Drake Epler is batting now. Swing and just a foul tip right back into the fence. Just barely got a piece of it. So Carson's ahead in the count 1-0-1. Curveball stays high, so we got a 1-1 count. And the pitch. Down low again. Damien's earning his keep back there tonight. And Carson throws the 2-1. Foul ball for strike 2. What's that? That's right. One pitch away of getting out of this inning. Lord, it's been forever. 3 pitchers. And there it is. Come on, Hunter. If he sees it. Yeah, that's tough. And Hunter makes a and Hunter makes the catch for out number 3. Hunter is absolutely deceptive now. He just came in like it was nothing, didn't he? Oh, my goodness gracious. They're having a little discussion about it, but to no avail. It's not going to change things, that's for sure. And Hunter just beat the system. Oh, maybe he did catch it, but it didn't look like he did from here. But he came up with it, showed the umpire, and they called it out 3. So we'll get out of that inning. It is now 9-2, going into the bottom of the 5th. Okay, and welcome back after the 3 outs against Erwin. Erwin scored 7 in the top of the 5th. Have a pitching change, and Gage Southard steps in for first hitter for Swain, and evens the count up 1-1. New pitcher for Erwin is number 22, freshman Dylan Davidson. Long, lanky, little curveball, ended up a little short. Kind of a clone, just like Norton, you know. Long, lanky left-hander. Coach said they had another freshman left-hander that may pitch some, so you know they're gonna give them some work over there in the bullpen right now. They've got somebody warming up, and he's a left-hander, and who knows, he may come in there for maybe the bottom of the 6th, bottom of the 7th, one of the two, just to kind of close things out. But Davidson gets a fastball by Gage for strike 2, even up the count. And the 2-2 pitch is on the way, a little outside for ball 3, so Gage has a payoff pitch coming to him. And Gage takes ball 4 in the dirt, so we got our leadoff runner on. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how Erwin started out their 5th inning. Walk with nobody out and floodgates open, so maybe they will here too. Daniel Ammons at the plate, fouls one back into the screen. And the 0-1 pitch. Looked like it came inside on Daniel, but he may have been on the plate a little bit too close and just brushed him back. But it is called a strike, however. So 0-2 pitch on the way. And swings through, fooled on a curveball completely. So with one out in the bottom of the 5th, we got Hunter Call coming to the plate after a good catch in center field for the 3rd out of the inning. In the top half of the 5th, he gets a plate appearance here. And 1 strike, and once again, too, Davidson is just like Norton on the mound. He's sneaky fast and has a good breaking ball and seems like pretty good command of his pitches. 0-1 pitch, and Gage takes off, and we stole second without a throw. Obviously, Gage, he saw something that first movement, he was gone, and he stole that in about 2 or 3 steps. You knew that was going to be a tough out at second right there. Ball in the dirt. Gage takes off for 3rd, and yeah, Hunter does a good job even blocking the view for the catcher, who had to scramble to pick it up, and he ended up right behind Hunter. So Gage goes in standing up, and we got a runner at 3rd with 1 out and a 2-1 count to Call. Count goes to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Yeah. Hits it into the air. It's going to fall foul down the right field line. So Gage comes back. Going to tag if it were caught. So we're going to have a payoff pitch here. Next pitch coming up. He's going to have to stay in there with that curveball. Look for a fastball. If you get it, let's rip it. And he gets a fastball, and he's on it. Fouls it down the right field line. So we'll do it all over again. And the stretch. And very good job, Hunter. Curveball away in the dirt. So we got runners at first and third with one out. Okay, this is Caleb Taylor getting his first at-bat of the night. He replaced Dawson Chambers in the top half of the fifth. And he'll get a chance to get Swain a little bit closer now. Can't get them all back at once, so let's just kind of work on it. And let's see, they got a steal second. Hunter slides in safely. And Gage scores from third. We'll take that. Good execution right there by Coach Schuler and his crowd. And pitches up. Caleb goes to 2-0 with the count. Erwin's got some action going on over there. And swing and a miss, strike one. Got two kids warming up over there in the bullpen area. Some of them I think are, no, I don't know if they're getting ready or just kind of playing around. And Caleb, the count is evened at 2-2. Put it in play here. Let's go. Get something out of this one now. Ball in the dirt, and Hunter takes off. He read curveball, had a good secondary. Didn't think they would throw behind him, and when he saw that ball was going in the dirt, he just took off, and sure enough, he beat the throw. Good play by the catcher, though. But good play out of Hunter. Got some good base runners for Swain, that's for sure. They've done a good job. They moved up when they can. Haven't got into too much trouble on the bases. They can do that. And call strike 3 for Caleb. And we got 2 outs with Damian Lossy coming up. Hunter Call at third base now. I'm sure he's looking for something into the dirt just in case it gets by. Damian hits a foul ball, line shot, ground ball down first base line, but it is foul. So Damian's in the hole 0-1. Looks like he's seeing it real well, though. So he's seen the left-handers now. It's the same kind of release point. And takes strike 2. Ran inside on him. I don't think he wanted to offer for that one. A lot of the Swain kids, they're right on the plate, so Erwin's going to come inside with that fastball a lot of times on them. And the 0-2 pitch. Ball 1. Off speed in the dirt, a little low. And another off speed. I think he's trying to throw a change or something. Not a breaking ball, I know. So just kind of ran away from the right-handed batter. So we got the 2-2 pitch coming. And Damien hits a fly ball, shallow right field. Second baseman calls it, and he comes up with it for out number 3. So Swain gets 1, and the score is now 9-3 going into the top of the 6th inning. And welcome back for the top half of the 6th inning as Erwin has taken somewhat of an advantage 9-3. With a big 5th inning, Swain could answer with 1, but leading off for Erwin here is, if I'm not mistaken, is it 9? Okay. It reminds me of the leadoff. But I'm not sure about that either. I think it could be Bailey, the leadoff kid, the catcher. Yeah, I think so. Well, he's left-handed, and he looks like he's got a good swing. He looks like Bailey's stance up there, so that's Bailey. And he hits a double in the gap, or gets a double in the gap to left center field. Yeah, that swing. You kind of remember that swing. We're going to have a pinch hitter up, whoever replaced Norton in the second slot here. That's what I was looking at. I knew he wasn't Norton on deck. This is number 8. Now, he replaced the pitcher last inning, or he's going to hit for Davidson. This is Jordan O'Mary, a junior for Erwin, getting his first at-bat for tonight. And we get a Strike call on the outside corner. And Carson goes up in the zone just a little bit. Carson working his second inning here for Swain. Jordan O'Mary at the plate. And swinging a miss for strike two. Carson ahead in count 1 and 2 now. We got a runner at second. Probably not running, not with no outs here. Takes inside, ball 2, so the count evens. And he fouls one off to stay alive. And he's going. And the throw to third, and not in time. So we got a full count now, payoff pitch. Runner at third, and it's ball 4. Erwin's got something started again here now. First and third with no outs, and the number 3 hitter coming up. Third baseman Derek Sage. Blake Weaver coming out on deck. He's been the DH the whole night. And he goes up and in on him. I'm sure that wasn't anything other than Carson is just a little bit wild on there. And we got a nubber. It's going to be deep enough, good enough. There you go. Got to play at the plate. Oh, yes, sir. Good job. Connor Hyatt makes the catch in left field, throws to the plate. We get a double play on the runner from third trying to advance. Damien with a good tag. One hopper in there from Connor Hyatt. Gets the runner at third on the sac fly with a try for home. The runner runner at first did tag up and go to second on the throw. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the DH, Blake Weaver. This is number 21. Oh, this is Blake Weaver. I'm sorry. So Blake Weaver up to the plate for the 4th time tonight with 2 outs and a man on second. Takes down low for ball 1, evens the count. And 1-1 pitch, and runners are getting off quite a bit. Just trying to draw a throw, or I'm not sure what. 2-1 pitch. And down low for 3-1. I know Damien wants to try to throw behind him there, but let's get the batter and not worry about that runner. And low for ball 4. So Weaver's on first base with 2 outs. And coming to the plate should be number 14, Presley Wallace. And we had a pickoff play at second base, and looked like they had him. Maybe the throw was a little bit late getting down. Second baseman had to kind of reach up for it and Just a little bit late getting it down there. Or it surprised the umpire. I don't know which was the case. Takes inside for ball one. And Carson is ready to go. Working quick off the mound and in there, big swing and a miss for strike one. Evens the count, so outside for ball two. And the stretch and the pitch. Good job. Damien, there he is, out three. He didn't slide, and he ended up tripping over the base and got the tag was put on him for out number three. So, little base running mistake by Erwin. And okay, and welcome back for Maroon Devil baseball. Colby Taylor stepped in to lead it off for the Maroon Devils in the bottom of the sixth inning. We have a new pitcher for Erwin. This is another freshman, Jared Penland, number 18, long, lanky left-hander. We've said that a few times tonight. So this is their third one in a row that they've brought out there. And a lot of same mechanics you see from the first two left-handers. So fouls one off down the first base line. And, yeah, we got timeout. We got people running to positions there. The ball didn't go out of play. And okay, now we're ready to go. 2-1 the count to Colby. And he fouls one off to even the count at 2-2. Okay, the windup, 2-2 pitch is on its way. And swing and a miss on a good breaking ball. So Colby is out on strike 3. And coming to the plate is Carson Taylor now. And low and away for ball 1. Ball goes back to the fence. And the 1-0 pitch. Little outside for ball 2. Uh, 2-0, Colby was looking to hit something a long way. Head came out, back came through, and it was a little out of the zone, I think. But nevertheless, 2-1, and fouled it off to over behind the first base dugout. So we got 2-2. We're going to look for a breaking pitch here. That's what he did with Colby right before him. Let's see if that happens again. And sure enough, right in the dirt, and catcher blocks it up, throws to first for strikeout, but 2-3 for the put out. And we have 2 up and 2 down for Swain in the bottom of the 6th. Coming to the plate, Jesse Waldrew. Excuse me. And takes a fastball for strike 1. Well, the MO was he wasn't getting that first pitch over, but he sure did a good job there. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Throws a little off speed to Jesse, and he has him in the hole 0-2. And 0-2 pitch, and swing and a miss on a high fastball. So 3 up and 3 down for Swain in the bottom of the 6th, and going into the 7th, Erwin has the lead 9-3 against our Maroon Devils. Okay, in Erwin's top half of the 7th inning, they'll have Presley Wallace leading off, who was at the plate when the third out was made at third base for Swain last in the 6th inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound here. Caleb Taylor is now throwing in the 7th inning for Swain. Big, tall right-hander. Excuse me. And we even up the count with 1-1. That is my mistake. I believe that is Brady Kirkland on the mound, number 16. I'm looking at third base, and Caleb's playing third, so he can't pitch and play third. Yeah, we have Brady Kirkland pitching on the mound now for the Maroon Devils in the 7th inning. It's his first action, I think, tonight. So he'll hit in Carson's slot if Swain comes around to that slot again. And a good piece of hitting right there. Got a pitch out over the plate and just guided it into the right center field area, right over second base for a single. And Erwin's got a runner on with no outs in the 7th now. First baseman Lane Brank coming to the plate. And check the runner. And outside for ball 1. I don't think Erwin will be running, but you never know. Not much of a lead over there. Getting a good secondary, though. Ground ball to second base. May have to, yes, Daniel gets a tag out by Presley in the baseline and then throws to first for the double play and 2 outs. Very good play. Unassisted double play by Daniel Ammons. Very good. Thinking the game and actually knew he was going to make that play when he had to charge that slow ground ball. A couple of hops to him and did a good job. Went in there with 2 hands too. You know, he goes into, he don't just have one hand on the ball. He's got 2 hands on the ball with his glove in his hand and then gets it out of there quick enough to double him off at first base. So good play by Daniel. Brady falls behind 2-0. And pitch high out of the zone for 3-0. We are looking at Mason Rickard, Erwin shortstop. Probably going to be taken. Looked like a good pitch to me, but well, they got a new hitter coming. It's going to be his first plate appearance. We want to get this number right here. 24. Okay. I don't have one on the roster. Okay, well, it's woke the Erwin dugout up, so they're happy to see this kid get to hit anyway. So we'll see what happens. And he falls. Brady once again falls behind in the count, 2-0. And swing and a miss, strike 1. So that was all the excitement with the kid that got the 4-pitch walk right before him. They wanted to see this kid hit. And he takes a strike at the knees for strike 2. And Brady's fought back. And swinging a miss, strike 3. Sure enough, 24. We don't have him on the roster, but yeah, he's probably one that doesn't get in a whole lot, and they're tickled to have him get an at-bat. So good for Erwin there. And after 6 innings, in the top of the 7th, going into the bottom of the 7th, Erwin's ahead 9-3. So let's see what Swain can muster up here in the bottom of the 7th. Okay, welcome back, and we have Connor Hyatt leading off in the bottom of the 7th. Number 9 hitter, and if we can get him on with nobody out, we got top of the order coming up. May have a pinch hitter going into the top of the order here. I'm not sure about that, but Gage Southards is down here at the end of the dugout. Got a ground ball to second, and he throws to first in time for out number 1. Connor put a good bat on it, good line drive, gobbled up by second base. So with 1 out, we are going to have a pinch hitter. This is Tanner Howell, seeing his first at-bat for the night. Takes way up for ball 1. So the 1-0 pitch. And believe it or not, Erwin has actually had a pitching change. This is Kyle Norton, number 6. He's been pinch running for the catcher tonight, so he's had a lot of playing time, but he just is throwing on the mound for his first inning. Looking at him, I'd say he's the brother of the starter, Corey Norton. If he is, they may be twins because they're both seniors, according to the schedule here. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not even going to venture a guess. But he is a left-handed pitcher, and he's long and lanky and has that delivery just like the first 3 that we've seen. 2 seniors, 2 freshmen, all of them left-handers. Wouldn't you like to have that problem in high school? And Daniel Ammons steps into the plate now. He's fouls one off behind the backstop for 0-1 count. And hits a fly ball to medium right field. Makes the catch and tries to throw behind the runner. So we have out number one. Out number two. Yeah, with the ground ball to second base for the first out. Tanner Howell, reached on the base on balls, and he's at first base. Not much of a lead. Hunter Call steps in at the plate for his fourth appearance tonight. Takes strike one. And the stretch and the 0-1 pitch, and foul. Looks like it's out of play. First base just giving it a look. So Hunter's behind in the count 0-2. Excuse me. Let's see if he can battle back here. 0-2 pitch. And high and away for ball one. Hell, not much of a lead on first. Good and safe. And the 1-2 pitch is a little high and in tight. Little off-speed pitch that stayed up. So, getting ready for the 2-2 pitch. Hunter's battling. And strike three called. And Hunter knew it. He just didn't want us to accept it. Well, that wraps things up here for Swain baseball. And Erwin is victorious 9-3. Swain will play again at home on Friday against Hiawassee Dam. So, if it's not raining, that's for sure, yeah. Calling for it, but we'll see. But hope you enjoyed the game and enjoyed listening, and we'll see you next time.